Orange podcast bad episode 96. We will take this thing off the screen in just a second so you can see our radio faces. But this is a rendering that was posted or shown by Trump today of the new big beautiful ballroom. And Paul, since we're on ballrooms, I posted that photo under people complaining about the East Wing coming down
Oh
with
my
the comment.
God, you're relentless.
The comment I had, and only one person out of like 10,000 like views of the post of the multiple posts total got my
Yeah.
joke. I posted that picture and I said Trump has the biggest balls of them all, referring to an AC/DC classic, right? He's
Of
got big
course.
balls. She's got big balls. They're dirty big balls, but Trump's
Yeah.
got the biggest balls of them all. I couldn't believe. I think I'm getting too old, Paul. Nobody got the joke. Only one person came back and said, "I believe they're going to have both AC and DC electric outlets in the modern era."
Oh, I didn't see that. That's funny.
Because otherwise it would be a dirty deed done dirt cheap. And I was like, yes, somebody finally got it. Yes. I'm like, what the hell? People don't get AC/DC jokes? Oh shit, I'm old. So it's just ridiculous the amount of outrage over a building that is not the White House, that is not historic, that has been remodeled umpteen times to add offices or delete offices or it's
yeah, Roosevelt, he was epic for the remodels he did and stuff on the East Wing. You know?
yeah.
I mean, come on, dude.
Eisenhower demolished the entire West Wing all the way down to the basements and rebuilt it and added the Oval Office.
Yeah.
Right? These things happen. Nothing happened. There's been times after it was rebuilt in the late 1800s, or the 18 teens, after it was burnt down by the goddamn crown, that we've taken apart the inside of the White House and we had bulldozers inside of it,
Yeah.
and redid entire parts of the house all the way down to the 2 basement levels.
Yep.
I don't get the outrage other than Trump's doing.
Trump derangement syndrome, bro. It's anything
Well,
he
and they're all
does,
like,
you gotta go, oh, he's a fascist. Oh, we should be solving
oh, he's a
world
Nazi.
peace and not
He is actual
building
Hitler.
dance halls.
Right? That's all it is a freaking dance hall. My first comment when I thought about the ballroom is just like, you know what? Every future president, no matter what party they are, it doesn't even matter if the parties change names, are all going to use that thing. It's going to be a very well used building on the
Way
property.
better than the East Wing, because the East Wing has virtually been
No
unused for 40 years. Nothing goes on in the East Wing. It just sits there and collects cobwebs. Wait. There is a significance to the East Wing because it has an entrance there where you can store your cocaine.
That's true.
You know,
by the mailboxes.
Yeah, by the mailboxes and stuff. So it does serve that purpose.
Well, that's going to disappoint a lot of politicians. I mean, because that's where they put it when they come in the door and they go to visit.
Yeah.
Because the Oval Office is all the way across the complex in the West Wing. So
I just and I gotta say, I'm not trying to be, elite. But all of these cat daddies that are making these comments and stuff, they don't know how government works. They don't know the Constitution. They don't know the significance of the Washington Monument or the Smithsonian or the mall. or the White House or the Lincoln Memorial, they just screech like a bunch of fucking owls. They just screech
You know what
about
I
shit.
find is hilarious about that? Because I do engage regularly on the Twitter machine, is that they think they are geniuses, though, and all they can do is insult me and call me a maggot and a fascist and a bootlicker,
Yeah.
and
Oh
I got
yeah.
Trump balls in my mouth.
Yeah.
I've been playing this game a long time, that none of them hurt my feelings, and then they
Of course
get
not.
so
Because you're
enraged, they're like, "Oh, you
intelligent and
can't even
normal.
answer the original question I asked." I was like, "I did, if
Yeah.
you would read the thread."
Yeah.
"Oh, you're blaming it on Biden." "No, I'm blaming it on a lot of things, read the thread." It's it's what I'm telling you, social media is the wild, wild west, which is why it's so fun.
Yeah.
And people that, like, people that just take themselves too serious, you're going to crash out, you're gonna burn
Yeah.
out. You cannot have any feelings if you're gonna use social media. None
Yeah.
whatsoever. Because someone will say something, and you'll be talking to a robot and not even realize it, a bot
And not
account.
even and that's right.
And you're fighting a bot account that has 7 followers, and it's from
Yeah.
India.
Yeah. I get those big bootied girls with the 14-inch waist all the
Right?
time. They're like, "Dude, you're awesome. Can we be
Oh,
friends?" And
the
I'm
d
like, "Did you see my icon photo? It's digital. You don't know what I look like or
Well,
how
because
old I am or any
it's
Get
literally a
the hell
bot,
away from me."
it's not even a human being on the other side of it, it's a
Yeah,
bot. It right, so in the I in your mail settings on X, right, you go to mail and then you go it'll say that this is suspected spam, and then there's another one. This is totally, definitely spam. If you click on that and open it, like, you'll probably see thousands of, hot chick pics, but if you scroll through them, 'em, you'll start to see the same picture with a different name. And then
right.
scroll
Yeah,
down and same picture with a different name because 'cause they're
yeah,
ripping all these photos off of Instagram.
yeah. Oh, is that how it works?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
So there ain't anything real about those hobots at all. And all they're gonna do is try to get you to go sign up for, like, an OnlyFans page or something else, or get you to
Is
send them a
that the
gift
basis of
card.
it? They want you to, sign up for some porn something or
They're looking for a simp. A simpleton who's gonna go, "Oh my god, I'm getting attention. Yes, honey, of course, I know you need a car payment. I'll send you the $400 right now." Huh,
Bro, I gotta tell you, I the one thing I have noticed, I got a lot of that shit blocked, but I've got 4 or 5 gals that I see all the time, Katie and this one and that
oh,
one,
yeah.
and she's never undressed. She's always in a t-shirt and jeans or something, and just one of those up high looking down photos. And there's 5,000 desperate dudes, you know.
Thirsty. They're
Yeah,
thirsty.
yeah. And they're like, "Hey, oh, hey,
"You're so beautiful.
you're so
Good
big."
morning,
Yeah, and I'm like,
sunshine."
"Bro,
Yeah, in the
are you
internet
at the
world,
men's room at the Dallas
that's
Lake Park? Because that's what you're acting like."
that would be a simp, or that would be somebody who's thirsty. So now you know what those 2 terms refer to, are those guys, or the guys that will totally get conned by one of these DMs, and they may have never had attention or not had attention in years. They think this person's real. That just, "I saw your profile picture and you look amazing. Would you love to chat?" "Well, sure. How are you?" "Well, where are you from?" "Well, I'm at such and such address." And they're like, right?
Yeah,
And then they start asking questions,
yeah,
and they see how they can extort money from you
yeah.
or voluntarily get you to give it up.
I
And
I
there's
I
guys I'm telling you, this is a multi-billion-dollar fraud industry that happens on all social media networks.
Wow. You think
Yes.
it's in the billions, really?
Oh, every year.
Are there so many men with no self-esteem or
It's
no
not ju
self-respect?
so that's a big con, but it's not just men. They often target senior citizens. So old ladies on Facebook might get targeted, and it will be, "Hey, I knew your son in college," or something, and then spark up some sort of leading questions,
No
and then
shit.
all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, after you've sparked this friendship, go, "I
Yeah.
just got my eviction notice. I'm about to lose my house. I need $15,000. Is there?" And there's true stories of grandma or grandpa giving 15, 20, $90,000 payments to these fraud accounts, and it's
Wow.
gone. You can't recover it.
Wow. And
Even
it's
if
actually some 19-year-old kid in Chad
Yeah,
doing it. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, which is how they fund all of their criminal activities, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it mostly happens, right, to people in the West who, for whatever reason, are
Oh,
susceptible to
yeah.
it.
Kumbaya. Let's all hold hands and yeah. No.
There was a story, it made national news just a week ago that some lady walked into a convenience store where they had a Bitcoin machine, and she was loading. It did not look like a Bitcoiner, like 70-year-old, maybe 80-year-old,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
yeah.
over
Not your
there, and
typical Bitcoin savvy person.
just loading cash and loading cash into this machine. And so the employees were smart enough to go, probably in their 20s or something. It's a convenience store. Something's wrong. They called 911 and said, "I think we got somebody that's being blackmailed or going to commit fraud accidentally." And then they went up to the lady and started distracting her and said, "Do you know what you're doing with this machine? Do you understand?" Before the cop could arrive, and the cop could go, "Hey, can you explain to me?" And obviously, she doesn't think anything of it. She tells the
Of
cop, "Well,
course, you
I
can't
have to
explain
give
it. Yeah.
this person, they said they need help or they're gonna lose everything, their house, their car, and they need me to give them this many Bitcoins." And I said, "Once I get the receipt with, like, my number on it of the Bitcoin I bought, I can just read it to them over the phone, and then they would
Oh
transfer
my
it
god, dude.
out of her Bitcoin wallet and into theirs, and it would be gone, and you could never find the criminal."
Yeah.
So they were able to stop her and cancel the transaction and explain to her the fraud that they were committing on her. But think of all the people that don't nobody sees this, right?
Yeah.
Like, that lady got lucky that somebody goes, "Wait, this doesn't look like a person that comes in and puts money in the Bitcoin machine."
Yeah.
And way too much money
Wow.
to boot, right?
Wow,
And
dude. That
that
is
lady got lucky.
she got lucky that those guys were, aware enough. And part two of that is who the fuck is the owner that's gonna put some fucking rip-off machine in your store?
Is it though? Because people do go make Bitcoin transactions with them. It's like an ATM.
No, I got that though, but the first time something like that happens, which she probably wasn't the first, you go, "Hey, what the hell are you guys doing? You're taking advantage of my customers, which I rely on to rip off with gas prices and $3 candy bars, and you're making shit
Oh, the
rough on me."
coffee. The highest profit margin thing in a convenience store is a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
Um, my guess is that since almost none of them are privately owned anymore, is that corporate said, "Well, we're gonna make 0.02% of every transaction. Let's roll them out to every store in the chain."
yeah, yeah,
Right? And it's not. It just happened to be two thoughtful employees, saw what was going on and
Yeah.
had the wherewithal to first go slow her down and second call 911. Not that she was doing something wrong, but that she was
No,
about
no.
to lose all her
Right,
money,
right. Yep.
right? That's
Wow.
where imagine, ugh, Paul, working the digital crimes unit is a young person's game.
Yeah.
You and I, even though
Yep.
I can tell you stories I read, I don't know if you and I would be able to detect any of this or much of
No,
it,
no,
right?
it's over my head. Now,
Mhm.
straight up gang banging or straight up drug slinging, I'm your
Because
huckleberry.
you know
Hey,
exactly
you
what it
wanna
looks
get in a
like.
shootout? I'll get in a shootout with you. You know what I mean? You wanna go to a ground game? I'm your boy. I'll go to the ground game with you all day. But
Right?
this other kind of stuff, man, I'm like, I call my sons all the time, Sean.
Mhm.
Hey, I got this multiplex demodulator with the perambulation advance, and I just can't figure it out. Oh, send me a screenshot, Dad. Yeah, send him a screenshot, which I just recently learned how to do. And
Mhm.
he goes, there you go.
Yep.
And I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Would he get biggest balls of them all ballroom joke?
Oh, 100%.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
what is wrong with
Oh,
the young people that
100%.
they
Yeah.
didn't get the reference to
So that's the
AC/DC?
kid I told you has my whole album collection from the 70s, right? He's
Yeah.
got Uriah Heep, dude.
Yes.
Audience, Little Feat. He's got all that stuff and he loves it. All his passwords are all these obscure album names from you know what I
Who's gonna
mean?
well, because who's
Yeah.
gonna guess them now?
Yeah.
No,
That's
nobody.
what I do. I mean, I'll just say it right here in a public forum because you're never going to get them. Because
Right?
if you're a hacker, you're under 30 and you have no point of reference for, you know, uh, Leon Russell or Joe Cocker or, you know what I
Right?
mean? You don't know.
Right? The guy that has a seizure on stage while he's singing
Yeah.
with my
Yeah.
friends.
What would you
Ah,
do if you say I'll
it
do?
it was an incredible stage performance, though. Uh, as far as I'm concerned, far better than, some of the stuff you see today, and I'm not opposed to change, that's not
No,
it.
no, no, no. That we're not saying that, dude. We're not.
Right?
All music's music. I got a deep love for it as you do.
Oh, for sure.
I love this. 21 Planes and all. Some of this new stuff that's out.
Mm,
These guys are really hitting it. But at the same time, in 1970, 75 or 76, my sister and her husband were living on my dad's farm in Tennessee. He had bought 120 acres. And so they were up there and they're stoned hippies, straight up hippies. And so when I graduated high school, I jumped into my 1972 Cougar XR7 that I had done paper routes and all kinds of shit to get the money for. And I drove up there to spend the summer with them. Well, they were in Columbia, Tennessee, which is probably 45 minutes outside of Nashville, right? So we go to Nashville for the nightlife. It's a Friday night.
yep.
And back then it wasn't all commercialized. The dive bars and stuff were actual dive bars. They weren't, a commercial
Right.
facade of a dive bar. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So we went to this one place. We paid two whole dollars to get in. We had tables right up front, ice cold beer, 50 cents all night. And the the owner was also the MC and kind of a comedian.
Yep.
So he would get up there and loosen the crowd up, do some, you know, jokes and, that kind of thing. And then he goes, "Hey, I'd like to bring out this new talent that we got. She's really great. You're gonna love her. Uh, her name is the red-haired girl that plays slide guitar.
Now you're tripping me up. But
She got red hair, plays side guitar, plays guitar, but she also does a slide.
well,
Real big in the 70s and 80s. Oh, fuck.
look, we're both having brain farts now.
Yeah. But anyway, she comes out, before she's a multi Grammy award winning rock star, and halfway through the set, Sean, I'm not even making this up. She goes, "So this next song I'm doing is bluegrass, and so I need a little help with it. And so I'm going to bring a couple of my boys up that are going to help me do this." And it was Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs.
Damn.
That's what I was like.
Right?
Yeah,
Like for $2 and
yeah,
and,
for
do-
$2, dude,
and 50
$2.
cent beers. I
That's what I mean. So I know you've got stories like that too. You know what I mean?
Well, and
That
that is a change in new music. And I kind of went through the change of when we went digital too. So I have those experience of going to whether it's a dive bar or maybe a 500 or 700 capacity, right? Little
yeah, a little
kind of
venue. Yeah,
theater venue,
yeah.
all over the Midwest, and seeing some of the best live performances by
Oh
big
yeah,
bands, by bands you had never heard of.
yeah.
They were great. It was fantastic. But then, like the first record, or we'll call it a record, it was a CD we ever did. We recorded on a DAT 8, digital audio tape, 8 track. And
Wow.
we did the whole first album
Did
on
you
that.
punch in and punch out with with a little foot thing where you could punch in and add something? Oh my God, dude.
By our second album, a year later, we did the entire thing on my PC.
Oh, really?
So I was right there,
Yeah.
and we recorded it using analog to digital technology into the PC, and then I was the producer, so I had all the cost. So
Right.
I took all the profit, which was $2 a CD. I bought all the CDs, I burned all the CDs, I printed all the CD covers, the insides, the outsides, the song names, and did all of that. And, I'd put it on, I'd be like, "Man, it takes 45 minutes to burn a CD. I've gotta be in class in 15 minutes." I'd fucking run across campus, come back, take that CD out, press it into the case, pull the leaf out of the printer, slide it into the CD sleeve, close it up, put a new CD in, put a new leaflet into the printer,
Right.
hit
Yeah.
print, and then run across campus to my next class.
Oh my God, dude.
And by the time we had finally finished, people were graduating, moving on to jobs, moving out of state. The band was done, and it was a fantastic band, one of the best bands I'd ever played in. But now it had gotten to the point where we were selling the songs online through MySpace.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right, so we went all the way. We were
Right.
at the very end of the digital analog, so to speak, the analog
Right.
or magnetic tapes,
Yep.
to the era of you could sell your own music to people one song at a time for 99 cents online.
Wow. We recorded our
Right?
stuff on a big TAC reel to reel.
Yeah. Oh,
That's how
yeah.
we recorded. And oh, Bonnie Raitt. That's who it is.
Dude, isn't that the coolest thing?
Yeah.
God, I
Bonnie Raitt for
remember.
$2 with Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs thrown in for good measure.
Right. Dude, the stories, right? You're just like, you didn't know, you just had a feeling when you saw them. They
Yeah.
were not known, they were not famous, but you're like, that's something special. That person is going to be on the
Bro,
radio by
bro,
Christmas.
bro. I'm telling you, I nailed every one of them that I saw in the early days.
And you could tell by not only just the lead singer, lead artist, but you could also tell with chemistry if it was a full band. You
Yeah.
could tell if they were fighting and they
Yep.
were all looking at each other pissed off, "No,
Yep.
we're not playing this one now, we're playing the next one."
Right.
Or the bands that were all just like, "I don't give a shit what we do, man. Let's
Yeah.
just play some music." And you're like,
Bro,
"They're gonna be popular as shit."
I've I've seen Eddie Money do cover songs
Right! That's
and
my
maybe
point.
one or two of his own, but
Yes.
when I saw him, he was doing covers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
And he
and
was so his fucking guitar riffs and shit. I was like, this dude's gonna be somebody. I swear to God.
And that's the thing, they all my band did this often. We may only play 1 or 2 of our songs off of 2 albums worth of work,
Yeah,
when we would play out,
sure.
because people didn't come to hear us, they came to hear people
Yeah,
don't know what they like what they know.
right.
That's a rule in music.
Yeah,
And so we would play what they know, and they
yeah.
liked it. Then they would buy that CD I had sitting in a stack with a
That's right. Yep,
21-year-old chick with a tank top,
yep,
ripped halfway down, saying, "Hey, $20,
yep.
$20."
There you go. Here you
And then
go.
that's how you got them to listen to your music,
Yeah, yep.
right? But somebody would shout out Freebird, and you go, "Man, we already did that one." But
Yeah.
okay, here you go.
Here we go. Here's a 17-minute version of Freebird.
Right? Well,
Yeah.
and now so it's not like that anymore. You don't
No,
see
it's really
people
not. Yeah.
starting except for maybe Nashville, Cincinnati, there's some places in, along, Florida, Georgia, that border area, and the Panhandle area. You don't really see bands getting made anymore. To me, it feels like they all came straight out of Hollywood.
Well, to me, a lot of the ones that have risen to the top have been from YouTube videos or TikTok videos or something like Teddy Swims.
Huh.
He just made a TikTok, Bieber, Justin Bieber. He's a super mega billion trillion billion because he started singing on YouTube.
He got consumed at the age of 14 by Hollywood and, Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy, yeah, that's right. Yep,
Yeah, so he was at 13 or so, whatever the website was,
yeah,
he was, on social media,
yeah.
but then Puff Daddy, swooped in and
Oh
said, "I've
yeah,
got a
came
record
in,
label," and
took a dig at his ass and said, "I'm gonna make you famous, boy."
look at just the dude's about my age. Look at how he looks 20 years older than me. Beaver, like,
Yeah,
whatever they did to him,
he's had a hard life,
holy,
dude. He's had a hard life.
holy. And
Yep.
I love that he's doing Christian albums now. It's incredible.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, I'll have to find, one of his songs that he did last year and send you the YouTube link. It is really good. 'Cause it's original. It doesn't have that same normal 4 chord, church rock, like,
Church rock,
structure.
yeah. So I
He
used to
break
listen to a lot of Newsboys,
Mhm.
Plank
Oh,
Eye,
yeah.
all those guys, because they were unique. It wasn't that same four chord. Come on, you're killing me with that
Yeah,
crap.
everyone knows when to go like this.
Yeah, yeah. So the band I was in, we did a whole bunch of Little Feat. We did a whole bunch of Leon Russell. We did a couple of Joe Cockers. Uh, we did In the Air Tonight. That was like our signature going to break song. And our drummer was absolutely insistent that we did it. So he could do it. La da 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 da.
Right, which if anyone, that's listening to us has ever played percussion for at least maybe just a year, it's a
Yeah,
super simple blah,
yeah,
blah, 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 blah,
yeah.
flam, so it's or
Right.
right and left following each other like that.
Yeah,
And, but it's just so iconic, right, that everyone goes, "Oh my god,"
yeah.
like, in the audience,
And
they're
I
like,
gotta say
"You're
that
the best
really,
drummer I've ever seen."
you know, you know, I mean, we're doing some really good Leon Russell. So he had a series called Hank Wilson where he kind of did old country standards, and stuff. So we thought it'd be cool to do a couple of those
Yeah.
and um a couple of Joe Cocker songs and the Little Feat, you know. Well, the bright lights of Memphis at the Commodore Hotel.
Oh,
That was real popular. People would they'd start hollering when we started singing that.
what we did now we had a wide library repertoire, but
Oh, did you?
typically what we did yeah, yeah, we were well versed and could play a lot of stuff. We were pretty talented being I mean, we pulled off, some Rush songs, and there's some technicality in that are right, but that so you say that, you hear that, but I'm gonna tell you what our catalog usually was because we were a bar band,
Yeah,
or maybe graduation parties, or
yeah.
maybe a wedding reception.
No, that's what
Is
we did. Yeah,
we played Brown Eyed Girl.
yeah,
We played Tom Petty. We played
yeah. We
Prince.
love Brown Eye.
It
We
was
played Brown Eyed Girl. Was one of
right,
the
and
most
it's super
requested
simple. Doom,
songs
doom, doo,
when
doom,
we
doom,
were in a
doom,
bar.
doom,
Brown
doom,
Eyed Girl was
doom,
one of the most requested songs ever,
doom, doo, doom, doom,
besides
doom, doo,
Freebird.
doom, 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 doo, doom, 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 doo,
Yep,
doo, doo, doom.
yep,
That's in so and again, people probably we'd play a song or 2 of ours, and they had probably no idea it was our song.
yeah.
They're
They
just like,
they were
"Oh,
just
this must be some
jamming
cover
because
song
they
I've
were
never
like,
heard
yeah,
of."
yeah, yeah. No, I got you. Yep,
So, we played what rule number 1 for us was, people don't know what they like what they know, and so we played songs that the maximum amount of people across a wide spectrum of age would know it,
would know. Yeah,
and we got
yep,
gigs all the fucking time.
yep,
We were busy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every weekend.
yep.
And then Sundays sometimes, right, you get we do all kinds of weird stuff. We'd go in an acoustic to or they'd ask us and we'd usually do it on our just acoustic and without money. We'd go sit in for an hour at the Shady Oaks retirement home on a Sunday afternoon because somebody asked us to.
Yeah.
And just have a blast for an hour playing acoustic songs.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So that's funny that you say that because uh, me and Christian, I was lead, he was rhythm on guitar, and we practiced, 12 days a week,
Fuck yes.
you know,
Oh,
and we put the song list together and all that kind of stuff. But for our fun and relaxation, we had this little barbecue joint on Dixie Highway and Card Sound Road in Isla Barada in the Keys.
Oh, nice.
And we'd go down on a Sunday afternoon, nothing electric, two acoustic guitars, and we would just jam, and we would try out new things that we were going to add to our playlist.
Nope.
We would try them out, but do them acoustically and stuff. And so my voice was really key to the Little Feat guy and Leon Russell and that kind of stuff. And Christian could really hit the high notes and sing, up there like a lot of the modern singers do. So he would take some, Phil Collins and some of that other stuff. He could do really well, and we would just, dude, we just drink beer and jam.
Right?
Just drink beer and jam, and we didn't even charge the guy, the bar owner. It was Bud Mary's Fish Camp
Oh,
on Isla
nice.
Barada, and it was a real popular, shellfish bar, and you know what I mean. It was it was really funny when I saw the remake of Roadhouse. I was like, dude, that's our bar. But without the riffraff and and all that other kind of stuff. But you know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah. And so yeah, we would just play, and he always came up and gave us $400 or $500. He said, dude, we made money tonight, and it was all because of you guys. So
Yeah, because you 2 dudes were screwing around with some guitars and everyone loved it.
yeah.
Right?
Well, my
That's the thing.
favorite acoustic song that I did on the guitar was Blackbird. I had that fucker down. I
It's a
I
good one.
did it. I knew every nuance, everything. Now we didn't play it in the band when we were doing gigs and stuff,
It was just the two-piece, right?
but
The
it was
two-piece
just me
acoustic.
and Christian. We would do it.
Well, I think that's what some of the fun like, the problem with bands is, like, the problem with, watching, Days of Our Lives. There's always fucking drama in a band.
Yeah,
But there's abilities like that, like to just say, "Hey," just call the bass guy up and go, "Hey, can you bring your acoustic bass over? I wanna go jam out at such and such." Oh, such and such car dealership said, Can you guys just come over and play in the lobby?
yeah.
Acoustic, not too loud. There's a couple $100 in it for you." You'd go do it, and you'd have a blast. You'd be like, "Man, that was a lot of fun." And
So
then
much fun,
one
dude.
of the bandmates would find out and go, "Why didn't you invite the whole fucking band?" "Because they didn't want a goddamn rock concert, loser."
Yeah.
They're at
No,
the
that's
car
exactly
it's a
right.
car
Yeah.
dealership,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
The cool thing about our bass player was he also played an upright bass and a cello.
Hell yes.
And it was just, we didn't do it very often, but when we did it, he'd come out, and he had mad skill. He played his electric bass was fretless six string.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I mean? He was all ooh,
Well,
man.
he was probably born about 15 years too late to have been in a professional jazz band,
Right.
but
Yeah.
had the talent.
He had the talent. He had a degree in music, and
Yep.
and at from the University of Miami, and um, he just knew shit. And the things that he did to make our songs better. I mean, so he was obviously the best musician in the band.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because he had a degree and all, had music theory and stuff
Head
in his
training.
brain. And he goes, boys, boys, have you thought about this? What if we just took a 2 beat pause here, and then the bass comes in, and then rhythm comes in, and then you start your lead, but don't do it right away, that kind of stuff, he would say. And we're like, we're only
Yeah.
talking about Mustang Sally. And he's
Oh, I
like,
know, but
yeah, but he
but,
goes,
uh,
oh,
but
I know,
changing the
but we're making it better.
But and changing the arrangement of something can make it way better. It can also
Yeah,
screw it up, but it can make
yeah,
it way better, and especially so, right? You're trying again. You want to play what people know,
yeah,
but you can also tease them with just let's just do the hi hats, not the rest of the drum percussion in
right.
it, and just the bass line, and we'll
That
walk
right,
people,
exactly
and
right,
then we'll
and
just after 8 bars, we'll add in the rest of the drum kit, and we'll bring in the piano player or the
yeah,
keyboard player, and then we'll go another 16 bars on that, and
yeah.
people are gonna go, "Wait the fuck, I know what this song
I
is."
know what yeah,
Boom, the rest
yeah,
of the band comes
we
in.
did that, yeah. Our keyboard player had a righteous Hammond B3
Oh
that was
god.
his father's, and his father played all the jazz clubs in New York City.
Hell yes.
And this guy, he just knew what to do. You know what I
So
mean? It
that
was
so
and we would
that's
do that kind of stuff. And the other thing that was fun for us is, after doing some Outlaws and Skinner and stuff like that, when we go to break, the bass player would just get down with some Kool and the Gang,
yep.
nobody, everybody just standing there, just him. And then he'd always
Eh
lean forward and go, "Hey, we're taking 15. Don't forget about your waitresses." But he would just, and the guy, you see the whole audience just going, "Hell yeah!"
I bet the final wrap on that Hammond smelled like Winston cigarettes and whiskey.
Yep. Hey, you know what? I really think is a great bar song that just came out recently is oh crap, I can't think of it. Justin Timberlake, "Say
Mm.
Something," that he does with Chris Stapleton.
J JT, I've always been fascinated by JT, even when he was doing the pop stuff. He's such an incredible entertainer. He's
He
so gifted,
Yeah,
so gifted.
yeah,
Whether
and
he's
just
doing
knows
pop,
how to
whether he's
put
doing
it
country,
together,
whether
the
he's doing rock.
orchestration. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That that double song they did at the CMAs, Whiskey and,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
a little, "Hello, Memphis," that song I really love. And then, bro, I got my mind blown on Monday Night Football.
Oh, what did I
Chris
miss?
Stapleton did "In the Air Tonight."
Oh, I gotta
Oh,
please
dude,
tell
you
me it's
gotta
on
go
YouTube.
YouTube it because Snoop Dogg comes in the middle of it and does a rap part, and then it goes back to Chris Stapleton. He's got that perfect Phil Collins voice. Bro, it's off the chain. Tanya was almost in tears.
I am gonna check. I can't believe I missed that.
Oh
Usually,
yeah,
because
oh yeah. No more Carrie Underwood.
well, I mean, everyone's gonna tune into what, Bad Bunny, or are they gonna watch Kid Rock on the TPUSA halftime show?
Yeah, I'm watching Turning Point. I'm not watching this
You know
fucking
what?
shit.
My
But,
guess is by the number of people they have in that, it's going to run longer than the 30-minute, halftime
oh,
show, and
and you know what? I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch the entire fucking thing,
Yeah,
and I could give a shit less about the guys throwing a pigskin around until
yeah.
it's over,
Until it's over, right?
right? Yeah, and if it
And
covers
alas, brother, it's the Cowboys.
right, well, so I would say that, I wish I could say this because it happened once for the Cubs, it happened once for the Bears, but if the Bears ever could put together a fucking team,
What,
it's
dude?
it's
Why won't
I
their
it's
owners spend any
it's the
money?
ownership, it's the ownership, it's the
They
ownership.
won't spend any money to get any talent.
I can tell you why specifically is because the south side of Chicago, it's right where Obama's fucking Death Star building, straight out of fucking Star
That
Wars.
fucking thing looks like a fucking prison.
It is dangerous as shit. They have asked to have their contract on the stadium relieved from them several times, and the city of Chicago said, "Fuck no, you're in it for 30 years because we put the space dome around the top of Soldier Field for you, so you're locked in for 30 years." And so they're at this point they're doing everything they can. They're like, our players feel unsafe going to the stadium. We can't be here anymore. We need to move out to the
Yeah.
suburbs. We
Right.
already had a site, but since you won't let us out of our lease, we're not going to spend any goddamn money here, Chicago.
Right. Yeah.
And if you look at it, it's political. It's totally
Oh,
political.
oh,
And if you look at it from that standpoint, right,
yeah.
this, yeah, you're going to have the shittiest Bear team into I don't know how long, 10 or 9 or 10 years until that lease of the space dome top that they put on, that ugly as shit fucking space, ship looking dome on top
And
of
it's
Soldier
not
Field.
even efficient. It's not. It leaks.
It's one of the coldest stadiums on the fricking planet. It's Windy
And I
City,
never. Do you know
Chicago.
the reason why all southern tier stadiums are domed and air conditioned, and all northern barely cold stadiums are open air? Is there? Is that by design? What the fuck, dude?
The theory was at one time was it was about tough men and only tough men can win in cold weather arenas.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
if
for the
Flor-
60s and stuff.
if
Yeah, I get
Florida
that.
comes up
Yeah,
to play a game here, Tampa comes up,
yeah.
or whoever, right? And they come up and they come into Green Bay or they come into
And they come
Chicago,
into Green Bay and Larry Zonka's there,
and
and
it's November. There's
yeah,
going to be 5 inches of snow just
yeah,
during the 4 hour game.
yeah,
It is it's a survival of the fittest, the toughest of
yeah.
the tough. But what they weren't counting then is the fans were tough. Fans aren't tough anymore, and they don't wanna do that shit, and they
They're
have
all
these
beta
big
males.
giant screens on their walls with
Yeah.
speakers everywhere, so you have to make stadiums for the fans now. You can't there's no
That's why AT&T Stadium for the Cowboys is so popular.
yes.
It's got 4 or 5 200-inch screens plus a retractable roof,
Yeah.
and it's always 72 degrees.
Well, remember,
Always.
I will tell you something about Indianapolis that Jim Irsay was able to get the taxpayers to pay half of the multi-billion-dollar build-out of Lucas Oil Stadium. Retractable roof and a giant window that opens up to the city skyline. Beautiful stadium, used for all kinds of events. But he like, other than screwing the taxpayers, it's a beautiful building, absolutely beautiful building. And it's the thing about it is that I hated about it most was like these taxes, right? It was a sales tax. You need to pay 1%. 1% doesn't sound like a lot unless you're buying a car,
Yeah,
unless you're buying a house.
yeah.
1%'s a lot of money. And the
Mhm.
tax never goes away. So the stadium's paid for. Now guess who gets the money? The city of Indianapolis.
Sure.
That tax ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it was a dome to begin with, the Hoosier Dome, but ugly, not efficient, sound quality was terrible, but yeah, you're talking 200 inches, you mean like 20 feet screens. They're
yeah,
they're like 20 feet,
yeah,
and that's it, and it gives you're comfortable. They never open the roof up on this thing because Indiana is Indiana. It's open like 1 out of the 7 games they have at home.
yeah,
Right? And people bitch about it nonstop. "Why did we pay all this money and they won't even open up the goddamn roof?" Well, because the owners, the Irsay family, now that Jim has passed away, know that you wanna come in and you want it to be 72 degrees, and you wanna be at least 40 feet from any beer stand, and you
yep,
wanna be 35 feet from the closest bathroom. And
yeah,
so they designed it for the fan, and it's a great, great facility.
sure.
But people got to bitch about something, so they bitch, "Why didn't you open the roof?"
Maybe because it's -6 outside.
Well, even if it's 68, they don't open it.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's an ongoing battle with people. They're like, "You can't tough it out at 68 and bring a coat." And they're like, "Fuck no, I can't tough it out." I paid I don't know how much the tickets are now. They're expensive as shit to go to an NFL game anymore, but I paid
Oh my
to take
god,
my
dude.
family to a game, it's $1,800.
Yeah.
I I want it to
Yeah.
be 72, and I
Yeah.
wanna feel the ceiling vents
Yeah.
blowing on me,
Yeah. And I
no matter
want
what
comfortable
seat I pay
seating,
for.
and I want the beer close by and the bathrooms closer.
Right. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see how that goes with the NFL. The NFL, even though they continue to lose watchers year after year after year, is a goddamn moneymaker because of all the other things that they do. The merchandise sales that they just
Everything going
come on.
overseas.
And can I get into why they're going to bring Bad Bunny onto the halftime show, even
Sure.
though typical American men like us are first like, I don't really speak Spanish all that well. I don't
Yeah.
know who this guy is, but he's got boobs and I don't like it. They're chasing the far bigger audience since the audience in American football is declining. They're chasing
Yeah, it's like
soccer.
Harley owners. Yeah.
They're chasing soccer
Yep.
fans, and
Yep.
soccer fans listen to Bad Bunny.
They love Bad Bunny.
So, soccer fans, which is the audience is 100 times bigger than the NFL. If the NFL can capture just a portion of them
Oh,
every
yeah.
year,
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be a $1 trillion industry in
Yeah.
5 years. That's what that's all about. It has nothing to do with your feelings or being American. It is 1000% a calculated business decision.
Demographics. Yeah.
Yeah,
And both my boys watch soccer. And
it's getting
I've got a
popular.
friend in a British friend that lives in Germany, and he's from Sunderland on the east coast of England. That's his home. And and he's been a family friend for 30 years. And so, but my boys were raised up with our friendship and stuff. And so they watch Sunderland football on the soccer network or FS1 or whatever.
Yep.
And the only reason they watch the NFL is because a poor old dad needs somebody to talk to about it after the game. Did you see that play? And.
Oh, yeah, but that's the genius of the, Roger Goodell NFL is, he knows that,
Yeah,
and that's why he's chasing it's a business.
it's a business,
He's
man.
chasing a
Yeah,
new audience, and he's gonna
yep,
continue to chase new audiences. He doesn't care how much people bitch about it because he looks at attendance, and TV ratings for standard weekly games and goes, "Wow, it's the lowest it's been in 30
yep,
years." The only thing we have is the Super Bowl because it's the Super Bowl, and that's the biggest television event in the world, still
right,
is.
yep,
And he goes, I can use that platform to go, hey, soccer fans, the biggest audience in the world. Hey, we got something to offer you. Come
yeah.
check it out.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
And that's all it is. And when everybody was losing their shit over it, I was trying to explain this to them, and they're like, well, you're not a patriotic American. And I was like, yeah, I am, because I can see the capitalist genius in the decision,
that's right.
right? Does why wouldn't the guy in charge of the NFL wanna make a shit ton of money by bringing in a shit ton of new fans?
Yep,
Well, it's un-American, they're soccer players.
yeah,
They have money.
yeah. They got money
He
and they
wants to take
spend it.
he wants to
And
take the money out
and
of their pocket.
and let me tell you something. Going to a soccer game's not cheap either.
No. Oh, the ones we've done around here, to keep it reasonable, with the girls, 'cause, with one of my brother's girls is still in a competitive travel soccer league at the junior high level. It has been, women's football clubs. Brings the price down a bunch. You still get the experience, you
Oh,
still get
yeah.
to go to the stadium.
Yeah.
That's still reasonable, 25, $30 a ticket. But men's soccer, like, holy crap.
Oh, yeah, if you're going to a game where Ronaldo's playing, you're gonna pay 250, 350, something like that.
Yes, and that's what Roger Goodell sees.
Yeah.
And he
Yep.
says, "Well, I wanna get some of their butts in our stadium seats. And if I have to start talking these teams into selling on Saturdays to
Yeah.
soccer matches and then playing football games on
On
Sunday,
Sunday,
that's
yeah.
how we survive."
That's right. Yep.
And that's where I think you ultimately will see it go, that, US soccer at least, or one
Yeah.
of the leagues, maybe FIFA, will start doing games inside of, NFL stadiums,
Yeah. Yeah. And
and they'll
like with
sell
my
them.
boys, neither one of them played soccer, but it's just that generation. You know what I mean? It's just that's what the young people watch.
My
So,
generation, even with my generation had Pele, and it still wasn't like we played it in school sports, but it wasn't a big deal. It was just
yeah.
something you went and did, even
Right.
with the great Pele, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But no, now it's soccer's everywhere. It's everywhere, every country, even out in the sand, in the desert of the
Yeah.
Middle East, they're kicking
Uh,
a soccer ball around,
yep.
right? So
Yeah, the whole 2 or 3 years I lived in Africa, those guys, unbelievable. They just all played soccer. If you were a teenager, you played soccer.
sure,
And it didn't have to be at school, but I mean, even after school, you
right,
know, they're
right,
all out there, you know,
and
got
and
one
if
cow that weighs 65 pounds and they're
right.
out there playing soccer, dude.
Well,
They don't
and
care.
all the young ones, but not so young that they couldn't participate, were the fetchers, because you didn't have any block for
Yeah,
the ball, and they
that's
were all
right.
the ones they
Yep.
went, "Go fetch." When we kicked the ball 500
Yeah.
yards too far, and you'd see them all race,
Yeah,
go
just
get the ball.
yep,
So,
yep,
yeah, I think to the audience that's listening, whether you like it or not, the move was 1000% capitalism.
oh,
You
yeah,
you don't have to watch it, but
yep,
the NFL has gotta find a way to grow because they've been shrinking for a long time, and so they're gonna grow without you, and you are have every right in the world to say goodbye to them. They're not gonna miss you, though,
right,
because they're growing their audience. They understand where things are going.
right, yep.
Anything to close out?
No, that's it, brother, I'm good to go.
Alright, let's crash this
This
thing.
was a good show, man. I like it when it's just
Yeah, just some country music and some capitalism.
yeah, there you go.